physiotherapy as a practice has gone through a certain kind of evolution. So I would like to get your thoughts of physiotherapy education in India as of today.
Interestingly, if you see physiotherapy, the evolution, as you said, it has gone into leaps and bounds because of one of the most important factor. It can be a standalone therapy also. It is the society which makes a person who is disabled feel handicapped. It is not the problem which is in his body.
Welcome to another episode of Meet the Leader. And today we have joining us Dr. Harihara Prakash, Professor and Principal at Patel Institute of Physiotherapy, Anand. Welcome, sir, and we're glad to have you with us.
Senior Peter, thank you so much. Thanks for having me here.
It's our pleasure. It's honestly our pleasure. Sir, with your expertise, we kind of understand that when it comes to the human timeline, we have three key points, which is the beginning, the middle, and the end. Now, reinterpreting it, you have the past, the present, and the future. Now, physiotherapy as a practice has gone through a certain kind of evolution. So I would like to get your thoughts on the past, the present, and what you see as the future of physiotherapy education in India as of today.
Oh yeah, you have taken me to that nostalgic feeling when I was a student, when I joined some almost 3 decades before. But as you asked precisely, if you look back when physiotherapy was started, it was an interesting story during the World War II when the soldiers were injured. So nurses were commissioned into healing those injured soldiers. That's how the evolution of physiotherapy started into the clinical practice. But over the years, the importance was gained more, and it became a teaching profession too later. It was as a certificate course, then it came into a diploma course. When we did physiotherapy way back in the early 90s, it was a 3.5 years degree program. And then over the years, as it had gradually got integrated into the mainstream of healthcare profession, it became 4.5 years. So the teaching line has increased, and now we have a commission in place, National Commission for Allied Health Professions, where it has become a regulated profession also, where if a person who gets graduated in physiotherapy needs to have registration with the council. So he is governed by the laws, regulations and everything, and he is well protected by the commission when he gives the clinical practice. And interestingly, if you see physiotherapy, the evolution, as you said, it has gone into leaps and bounds because of one of the most important factor. Like when we say healthcare profession, has spectrum where you have prevention, promotion, curative and rehabilitation. So physiotherapy started playing a major role into prevention because nowadays you see the screen time is more. People are sitting in front of the screen for longer hours and they are prone for various injuries, sedentary lifestyle. People have become couch potatoes. The lifestyle is absolutely different now. They play football, hockey, everything in the mobile, not in the ground. So physiotherapy promotes exercise. It is, you can say it is a synonymous to movement. Body needs movement. Movement enhances circulation, and that improves the health. So it is more into prevention, where it helps a person to get out of the screen time, move the body so that the muscles, the joints and the bones and everything gets regulated. Yeah. Second is health promotion, because if you had, as we recall the World Health Organization's definition, health is just not the mere absence of disease. One has to be, physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically fit. So health promotion is one of the core areas of physiotherapy, where we deal with, preventing diseases and promoting good health. And of course, today's world, we have these problems where we have this arthritis, back pain and everything. So it gives a cure to certain conditions where it can be a standalone therapy also. So it is non-pharmacological and non-surgical. So that's how it has gained importance into the public, where people can take the therapy, which is more external, which is not causing any damage to the internal system. So that's how it has gained importance. And third is when we have this chronic diseases, like, nowadays you have brain injuries, Parkinson's is today's world, Parkinson's Day for that matter. So where the doctor does his job when being in the ICU, where the person survives out of that problem, but the quality of life increases, where we need to put the person back into his functionalities. So that is completely rehabilitation, where physiotherapy works as one of the team members, and it helps. Nowadays we understand that working in silos is not the solution. We have to collaborate with people. We call it as interprofessional collaboration. So the future of physiotherapy lies in collaborating with multi-professionals. So we have developed a professional identity over these years, emerging from a certificate program to a postgraduate, PhD and postdoctoral fellowship programs. We have developed a very good professional identity as physiotherapists. And that alone does not suffice for the future. When we see the change in the global health scenario, the health of an individual is just not lies in the hands of a medical practitioner. It is, in fact, a collaboration with the system that we need to. COVID was one of the best examples, the pandemic. It is just not only the hospitals which helped the person to survive out of the COVID. Every individual lockdown, where sanitary officers, government moved. So the health is in everyone's hand. So physiotherapy profession now is becoming an interprofessional collaborative practice where we identify the need of other professionals too, where sometimes we lead the team, sometimes we are as one of the team members, we give space for others, we learn from, with and about each other. We have very clear-cut role clarification. We understand the ethos of other profession. We value the ethics of other profession. So the future lies in collaborating people. We call it as interprofessional collaborative practice. That is the way ahead for physiotherapy.
Now, you've given a very brilliant timeline for physiotherapy and its evolution. However, I think this is the generation that we would consider to be the most knowledgeable generation that has ever been on the earth. Because, I mean, knowledge is much more easily accessible than it was a couple of years ago or a couple of centuries ago.
Absolutely.
But then, like you've mentioned, they are now common problems. So, a lot of the problems that physiotherapy actually handles, they used to be something that we expect to see after the age of 30. But now there seems to be a regress in which you now start finding teenagers and people in their early 20s facing these problems that physiotherapy kind of like helps to take care of. But then, despite us being a knowledgeable generation, what is that gap? Like, why is it that it's still being a prevalent problem, and why is it regressing, in your opinion, that is?
Yeah. As you rightly pointed out, the present generation is Gen Z. We are living in a world called as VUCA world, whereas that VUCA acronym stands for highly volatile, uncertain, complex. This is an ambiguous world. What is next? No one knows. So that way, as you said, knowledge is power. Everything is spread out, but evidence based. The knowledge which is authentic is missing over there. Just click a word in Google, whatever that word you want, it gives n number of definitions, and the younger generation gets easily carried away with whatever comes in the first, and that lack of evidence-based practice is missing in the present generation, where that gap is identified. So the role, when you see this evidence-based or evidence-informed practice, it's a triangle where one is the clinical expertise. The physiotherapist is well equipped with the latest advancements, where we see the past, see the present, and predict the future, and we try to have a predictive model where we try and address the need of the present generation. That is clinical expertise. Second is the fund of research which is available. Research evidences, we have these various databases, Cochrane, PubMed, all these indexed databases where we could able to get the best out of what is there across. The knowledge is across, but the right thing we could able to take it out. And the third most important is the triangle. In the third arm is the patient preference, because we now do shared decision making. We have moved from physician or a physiotherapist autonomy to patient-centric care. So the patient has the right to ask for what is needed. So the challenge in the healthcare professionals in today's world is that to take them into confidence, understand the lifestyle disorders which are all happening over here, give a predictor model. If you are going to lead a life like this, what is going to happen in the next 5 years, 10 years? Why these heart attacks are so prevalent? Because I remember 50 plus 60 years old only you can think of a stroke, brain damage or heart attack, but now it is there 20 plus years. That's because of various lifestyle that we adopt. Fast food, so fast diseases and fast departure.
Yeah.
So the challenge or the best, I should say it's not a challenge, it is the advantage of a well-informed clinician who understands and have a good understanding of all these three things, deliver the right thing to the younger generation. And probably if you show them the evidences in front of their eyes, this is what is the right thing, and they are absolutely open to adopt that. They are more like a fertile land. They are like a gold biscuit. We have to ornamentalize it by beating it and give a shape to it, and they will be an asset for our country. So that's the crux of what we are supposed to do as a futuristic clinician.
But then again, I'm yet to kind of like understand why mainstream medicine still sees physiotherapy as like a support act, even though it's support, because like from experience, noting that there were certain problems in the body, and instead of being automatically referred to physiotherapy, because this was very obvious that this is a problem that can be sorted by physiotherapy, because you've done the scans and the scans are coming out clean, so which shows that this is now a different issue. So instead of going like automatically referring to that department, you're being given medicine. But then my question now becomes, why exactly is that? It's supposed to be a mainstream part of medicine, but why is it still given that supporting role?
Right. So it's an interesting question. Basically, what you say is it's mainstream medicine, but I would like to little bit deviate from that. Medicine instead. Medicine, when you talk it as a medicine or a medical care, it is more towards sickness. All the hospitals are like sickness industries, waiting for the patient to come. That's why the doctor is getting, in the limelight, because we wait for the disease to be there, the patient walks in. No normal individual walks into the medical hospital. Yeah. But physiotherapy is an integral part of healthcare. So there is a difference between sickness and health. So when you talk about health, physiotherapy captures the highest importance. As I said, it is walking into the all four tenets of healthcare: preventive, promotive, curative, and rehabilitative. There are certain areas it is the physiotherapy which is the whole and soul of care that we can do. In certain areas, it is a combination of care we have to. So nobody is a leader or a supporter. We are collectively understanding. As I said before, it is uniprofessionalism never happens. Working in silos. I means illness. We means wellness. So now physiotherapy has come a long way, where these researchers, even in the today's deliberation which we are having in the conferences, it is talking about collaborating with various sources. The government itself is now opening their wide arms to embrace technology, embrace researchers which are going to be for the betterment of the public. So over the years, we have come a long way. Now many of the institutions, in many of the clinicians, they are the first contact healthcare professional, where a person walks into the clinic of a physiotherapist, and a physiotherapist take proper history and do a proper assessment, differentially diagnose a condition, and plan short-term and long-term goals, and sometimes refer the person to another healthcare professional and continue the therapy, have a follow-up. So that way it is now, it's a first contact physical practice that we are having it. And over the years, it is getting established, and the base is through research.
All right, sir. But then we also have an aspect of it that is the disability studies.
Yep.
And my question now becomes, what is the importance of disability studies in shaping a more holistic rehabilitation approach?
Lovely. This question is in fact need of the hour, because disability has been viewed over the years as a medical model. That means a person with disability is looked upon as a person who had a curse, and he has lot of debilitating things. He is homebound, cannot able to. And disabilities, there are more than 21 disabilities now. We have this act also, Person with Disabilities Act, which takes care of the individual. Now it is viewed upon as a social model. So where a person, we understand that a person's having disability is not his problem, it is a societal problem. To make it more understandable, I can give you a simple example. A person who is on a wheelchair because of some spinal cord injury, let's say, and he wanted to visit, let's say, Akshardham, which is one of the state-of-the-art architecture. And if that Akshardham, if he has a lot of steps over there, and the person sitting in the wheelchair will not be able to go over there. So that means that, is it the problem of the person who is in a wheelchair, or it is the system which has not provided a ramp over there or a lift over there to get inside? If we have provided a ramp over there, the same enjoyment that you derive out of entering into that beautiful campus, he will
That's
also...
accessible to everybody.
Exactly. So it is accessibility. So that means, again, I go back to the same point where collaboration, architect is to be there as part of the medical system, where we understand it is the society which makes a person who is disabled feel handicapped. It is not the problem which is in his body. And physiotherapy really has come a long way. We have this Para-Olympics, we have the Special Olympics, where every individual who are players in those areas are backed up by physiotherapists, where we try and promote healthy athlete programs, fitness program, and we try to give them an identity. So we don't call them as a person who is a disabled person. When you call it as disabled person, means you're tagging the person. Person is second and disability comes first. We have to call person with disability. You and me are today person without disability, and that is a person who is with disability. That means he was normal or he had some issues and he is still a person. Holistic means we are trying to address the same feelings what you and I has. He too has that same ambition. He too wanted to achieve heights. He too wanted to become a professional. So that way, physiotherapy in the mainstream, also physiotherapy education focuses more on addressing this disability model as a social model instead of looking at it as a medical model.
Okay. The physiotherapy summit that you had just attended, and you've spoken about collaboration. And in Parul, we are all about collaboration and trying to see where we can tap knowledge from. But then I just want to go into a hypothetical situation. Now, you seem to be very huge on the holistic aspect of rehabilitation. So my question now becomes, if you had a chance, let's say there was nothing else on the board,
Okay.
and you were to collaborate with Parul University on any particular project, what would that project be?
Obviously, as I look over here, Parul University is not new to me. We are just 50 kilometers apart.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm having a great opportunity to be with Parul University in their board, and I'm part of their internal quality assurance cell. Where I see the best thing in this institution is they are open for collaboration. They are for innovation, and the top management is open to get anything and everything out of the world which is best outside needs to be over here. So we too are in university, which is 50 kilometers away, and we are having a medical college. We are having physiotherapy, nursing. So my understanding and my wish is that the collaboration is not limited to only with physiotherapy. It is the whole, university to university, where there's sort of multi-centric approaches. The research is core area over here, and research is core area over there. Collaboration at the research areas where we could able to bring in lot of samples, where we try to bring in new models, new theoretical framework. So the research is not limited only to quantitative; it is qualitative research where we try and understand the person's needs. That is what we go beyond the numbers. So where we are also doing certain good work, and Parul is already into it.
Yeah.
So I would wish that we need to collaborate more on research ground and exchange programs. What is good over here, my students and faculty should come one day over here. Like I visited in the morning the Pragnya Center, Simulation Center, which is state of the art, which is something every institution doesn't have. So the faculty exchange program, student exchange program, they can understand each other's, so it is like knowing the strengths, and we could able to multiply our strengths and bring out best for the community. Ultimately, whatever a teaching institution is standing for is for the betterment of the community to have their life more easier. So collaboration should happen in such a way that we give the best community outreach.
As you said earlier, I stands for illness, and obviously there's wellness, and we're hoping at the end of the day that collaboration does happen and we will be able to bring the wellness out of it, at least more towards the community and the people we're supposed to be here to help. So thank you very much for being with us today, sir.
Thank you.
And we hope to see more of you in the future.
Thank you so much. I wish you and the whole team always success at your feet, and God bless everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.